Good morning and welcome to Heel and Toe. Today we'll be looking at ownership experience of the 981 Spyder. So we've had the 981 Spyder for just over 2 years now, and touch wood, no real issues. It's performed really well. I think this one's got PPF all round. It was bought used, and the PPF's actually held up quite well. There are a few places where there's a bit of grime under the PPF. I'm not sure if it'll be picked up on the camera, and I haven't really had the chance to clean it because there's a hosepipe ban in the UK. But yeah, 2 years ownership and had a lot of fun. Almost the perfect road car, I think. One area I think that they could have improved on is the design of the roof, because when you have the roof up, you connect it here. There's like for want of a better word, there's like a little bit that goes in here connecting to the roof. The roof, the bit goes in here and it connects the roof to the side of the car. The problem is that sometimes you feel, you put it in and you think it's connected properly, but it doesn't always hold. And I'm not sure if you can pick up on the camera, you can see bits where it's been chipped because I've put the roof up. I was sure that the bit was holding into the side of the car, but it wasn't. I drove off and basically the thing came out and started tapping. So there's a few light scratches on the side. So hence I think that's one area they could possibly improve on. Either the mechanism that connects the roof to the side of the car is improved, or some sort of improvement to let the customer know that they've got it in properly. Because I was pretty sure I clicked it in and I was sure it was in, and I pulled it back to make sure it was in, but it obviously wasn't in. Other than that, that's the only area I think can be improved. Other than that, I think the sound, the engine sound, and the drive, the playful feel of their drive is fantastic, and it's ideal for country lanes and weekends and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've really enjoyed the ownership. I don't think at this point that I'd want to sell it. I think the 981 is set up really well for the UK roads, and it's a great tourer. It's been to the Alps. I had a lot of fun with it. Okay, shall we take it for a drive, shall we? Right, it's a bit cold this morning and the roads are a little bit damp, so normally what I do is I turn the traction off, but I'll err to caution today and I'll leave traction off. Sport button on, because I like the sound of the exhaust and the crackles. One of the main things I like about the car is the sound of that engine. I think Porsche have done a fantastic job on how they've tuned that engine, the sound and the exhaust system as standard. Right, the gearbox. I really like the gearbox. It's short and snappy. It's got a great feel to it. And one of the complaints that I've heard is complaint about the gearing. I think it's fine for the road. I haven't really tracked the car. I wouldn't really track the Spyder personally, but on the road I think it's fine. It's just, I think it's coming down to how you drive. If you're always redlining it, then yeah, gearing would be a problem, but I don't actually drive like that, so I don't really have that issue, because I can take it up to 5,500 revs and still enjoy it. Now clutch is actually quite heavy, but to be honest with you, I like it because it's got a nice feel to it. It's a fair bit heavier than a 718, but I like it because I think it adds to the involvement of the drive. Now, fuel economy is not that good. I mean, no, actually, I'll take that back. I think fuel economy isn't bad if you're cruising on the motorway, but then if you're hooning, it does, you know, it's not very fuel efficient. But then it's quite a large engine, so it's to be expected, really, I think. It feels fast. I mean, probably not as fast as some of the supercars, but I think it's fine for country lane driving. I love the way it's been set up. I haven't actually had the geometry or suspension checked. I think when I bought it from the dealer, I think they might have done something, you know, check the geometry, because it feels fine. Honestly, it feels fantastic. I honestly feel that it's perfectly set for the road. I actually do prefer it to the GT4, the 71. I prefer this to the GT4 718 on the road. I think this is set up better for the road. And I think the 718 is possibly too hard for the road. I mean, it's fine on the track, but for the road I prefer this. I love the scream of the engine. Yeah, so 2 years of ownership, and touch wood, it hasn't, you know, hasn't had any issues. I bought it with I bought it with 5,000 on the clock. It's now on 12 over 2 years, so it hasn't been kept in the garage. And I really enjoyed the trip up to the Alps. This really should be driven with the top down, honestly. Funny thing is, I actually enjoy it more, driving it more in the winter. There's nothing like a cold blast on a Sunday morning. The roof down and the heated seats on. Honestly, it's very playful. Through the corners, you can, you know, if you're getting the right speed, you can feel the tail come out, and you have to correct it, which adds a lot of fun to it. Now, would I add anything to it? I don't actually think so. I think they designed this car really well. For the road, I think it's fantastic. I'd say it's almost the perfect weekend holiday car.